Hey crafty pals, it's Cassie from Cassie Creates. I'm so happy that you are able to join me again today. Thanks to everybody who's subscribed so far and been watching these videos. It's been a lot of fun to make and I'm really happy to share them with you. Today we're going to be creating a card I call the Hello Topiary card. So here we go. I'm going to be using this stamp set from Hero Arts. I love the Hero Arts Stamp and Cut because you get these awesome dies with this cute little set, and it's so easy. You just clip the little dies apart and you're just ready to rock. And of course, Hero Arts is high quality stamps, so they're a really great purchase and a good bargain, I would say, a good deal. Are you surprised I got out these tent fold cards? I have been so inspired to use them lately. I don't know what it is. I just really like that top fold. It's just, I don't know, it just makes such an impact when you open it, you know? Just something about it. I can't explain it, I suppose, but I thought I would use that today. And as I was thinking through kind of what size card I would be making, I thought, you know, I haven't made a mini slimline in a while, and slimline's really in right now. It's really popular. I bought some of these envelopes. They're just security envelopes. And I thought, you know what, I'll just cut down this regular card base to kind of be a mini slimline size. So I'm cutting it here to about 3 1/4 and leaving the 5 1/2 with my guillotine. We have a joke running in our family about that. Guillotine trimmer. And once that's done, I'm going to get out my trusty MISTI. As always, I love this thing because it's going to assist me in lining up these beautiful stamps. And I'm looking for a really straight part of the paper to put down on my MISTI, so that way I know that it's perfectly in the corner. And that's really important so you don't get, you know, a wonky stamp placement later if you've got layering stamps. And that's what this set is. So here you see that I am putting down, that is the pot or vase or whatever you want to call it that the topiary is going to be growing in, the planter. And then the stem, and then the first layer. There are 3 layers to this topiary set. You can use all the same color to make the leaves. You can use different colors like I did. I mean, gosh, you could make a rainbow topiary if you want. I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff with this thing. But it's great that they give you the option because you've got these layering stamps. So you get 3 different ones. And here I am with my trusty old Memento Tuxedo Black. I'm just using the dewdrop size instead of my full size because these are tiny little stamps and I don't like potentially getting Memento ink all over my MISTI door, which is not a big deal, but, you know. It is to me. I clean it off, but it just bugs me. So here I am. I think that this is Memento Olive Grove. I'll need to put on my glasses real quick. Here I go. Can you hear me? Literally putting on my glasses to make sure that I'm telling you that right. But I have the Olive Grove, and I'm going back over with that same ink, the black, Tuxedo Black, and the Olive Grove. And stamp, and stamp, and stamp, stamp, stamp. Here we go. Ba-doot. So there it is. It's looking good. And again, these are gray microfiber cloths. They're not my blue ones, so I'm not disgusting. That's what color it already is. Not because I don't wash them. I do. Every now and then. When the spirit moves me. All right, so anyway, now I'm going to move on to the second stamp in this topiary. And honestly, you know, they're not really difficult to line up. I was nervous about that when I first got it. I was like, gee, I don't know. But because I'm not great, I'm not a good visualizer this way, usually. But honestly, it's really not that difficult. You can see the spaces in which the leaves are meant to fall. And boy, you can really see how nice and sticky these new stamps are because it pulls the paper right out of the MISTI, doesn't it? Now then, I am going in with a different shade of the Memento ink. This one, I couldn't see it because I moved so quickly. Oh, there we are. Okay. And now I'm going to go in with this green and stamp away. There we are. Boom. Easy peasy. Beautiful. And now can you kind of see that heart shape coming in? It's kind of coming through. And again, I like to double stamp just so you don't get any of that dotty looking stamping. You know, it's nice and crisp, but also full in color, which is nice. So I'm gonna peel that one off, push it away, and now you can see those spaces are left for the next set of leaves. And I originally thought I would only use 2 colors of green ink. I mean, there are several with the, you can use whatever, but with the Memento, there are several colors of green, which is one thing I really like about using them. You get the, you know, the Bamboo Grove and it's like a pistachio color. Bamboo Grove, I don't think that's right. Olive Grove, Bamboo Leaves, that's what it is. I was thinking of the marimba piece, went in the Bamboo Grove. Whoops. It's a great one. Look it up. I have mom brain. You'll have to excuse me. Anywho, so boom, there it is. Look how cute that is. Oh my gosh. I really couldn't get over it. It's so funny because it looks good, right, before you stamp this one. And then once you stamp the last one, you look at it and you're like, okay, that's really freaking cute. Like, and I did that. It's really cute and I did it. It makes me proud. What can I say? I can't draw very well, but I can stamp. That makes me happy. So there we have it. I'm going to clean this off with my gray microfiber cloth. And, drum roll please. Oh my goodness. There we go. Now we can see it. There it is. A little bit of dead time in there just in case you guys needed another handful of popcorn. Gave you some time. Now then, we've got these done, but of course we need to, you know, give it a little bit of life. So I'm going to use my alcohol markers, and you can use whatever markers you've got. I just use these. These were inexpensive ones that I bought online, and I'm using kind of a greenish gray color for the pot or vase or planter or whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going in quickly. I am not a Copic colorer. I wish that I were, but you know, wishing only gets you so far. You really got to study it and practice it and figure it out. I just haven't taken the time to do that. So I just do really basic shading. And here I am with a darker shade of kind of greenish gray. So I'm going in, you can't really see this, but this is a fine tip and a chisel tip. And I'm going in with a fine tip end. And I'm just kind of outlining around the areas that would be kind of shaded if this were in real life. So kind of around the outline of the stamp, really. There, you can see it a little bit better. I kind of covered it up with my hand, didn't I? But there we are. Now you can kind of see it's giving it a little bit more dimension. And now I'm going to go in, I think I went in with a really light color and kind of did a mid-tone shading, just to blend everything together. It just made it look a little bit neater because with these fine tip ones that I use, sometimes I find that the colors kind of, they blend fine, but they also can kind of leave a little bit of a harsh edge when you mark on them. So you want to blend them together, otherwise you will get kind of a harsh edge. So that's what I used a really light color for. Alrighty, that one's done. And now I'm just gonna do the stem, the topiary stem, just in a nice kind of orangish brown, kind of light. I'm not sure if I show this in the video. I think I do, that I went in with a darker brown right here and just, oh, yep, there it is. And I made some kind of streaks in the wood to make it look like it was kind of shaded, had a little bit of dimension to it. So it wasn't just one color, because I thought that even though it's a small element, I figured it would look pretty silly to have shading everywhere else, and then the little stem not look shaded at all. Now I'm going in with yet another shade of green to fill in the topiary. And you see the strokes that I'm making. I'm just kind of swiping, swiping up and around. I'm using the chisel tip on this one really inaccurately because, or haphazardly, I should say, because this is going to be cut out here in just a moment. So it doesn't necessarily matter that it's not, you know, perfect. I didn't really give you a close-up of that one, but I was just so excited. I was ready to use my Cuddle Bug and cut it out. And you saw me knock that there. So right now I'm using this roll of laminate, I'm not ashamed to say it, to hold my camera up so that way I can take these videos. But I have ordered a gooseneck stand so I can eliminate this issue going forward. I'm not sure when it's going to arrive. Hopefully by tomorrow. So my next video, I'm hoping I can have it look a little bit neater, a little less chaotic, because I also can't show all of my workspace. See, I can only show the left side because my camera, you know, the lens is on one side of the camera, so it's, you know, it's kind of at an angle there. Anywho, so you see me lining up these nifty dies that came with the set, and you can see how the topiary part, the green that I colored, is quote outside the lines, right? But it doesn't matter because when I cut it out with that nice die, it's just going to make it look really neat and professional because you're not going to see any wonky looking edges. It's just going to be done. It'll be perfect. And again, I'm just, you know, you can use washi tape for this. You can use masking tape, painter's tape. Usually if I use any kind of painter's tape or masking tape, I call it swiping off. I do like I stick it onto my clothes or something first so I get a little bit of lint on there so it's a little more low tack. But I just did this with some clear tape and regular clear tape, and I swiped it off too. I put it on my clothes and got some lint on it so that way it wasn't super sticky. That's a really cost-effective, easy way to do it. Now I ran this through my machine once, and I thought, you know what, I'll use my shim. I have a piece of chipboard here that I have written Cuddlebug shim on so I don't throw it away. You know, ask me why I did that. Not that I've thrown the other ones away before. But yeah, so that was my shim. That's what I ran through there just to make sure that it cut it all the way through. Plus it kind of makes a nice impression because it really pushes the paper down, so the sides kind of get pushed down, not just cut through, which is nice. So here I am with my L'Oeuvre card base, and you saw me looking at it carefully to see which was the quote longer side so the bottom edge didn't poke through weird, and I'm going to use the longer edge as my front. Now here I am, I'm grabbing my Gina K Designs adhesive runner, and this is a glue dot runner. I love this adhesive. I don't use it for everything simply because it's like precious and I want to save it. But I like to use it for really intricate things because it gives you just the perfect amount of glue. And honestly, I really think that the Gina K glue dots give you a little bit of wiggle room time. But like with regular glue dots that I've gotten that are cheaper in other places, glue dot runners, I mean, they kind of feel a little bit cheapy. Yes, you can wiggle them around, but they kind of stay wiggly. Hers are awesome because you get a little bit of wiggle room if you don't get it perfectly right. You see me pressing it down on there, and I'm kind of wiggling it a little to get in the right place. And then after a few minutes, then it really sets and stays that way. It's not like you're gonna, you know, it's not gonna still wiggle around. I don't know how they accomplish that, but it's really dreamy because it's better than the alternatives in my opinion. So once this runs out, I will absolutely buy some more. But until then, I will use it sparingly. When I've got really big swaths of things, I tend to use either liquid, to glue down, I tend to use liquid adhesive or just use my regular tape runner because that's, you know, it works, it's quick, and I can save my fancy Gina K runner for my fancy stuff. And here I am putting some foam tape on the back of my topiary. And friends, I'm going to tell you I'm absolutely mortified because my video cut off. So you see the card is finished. What I neglected to also say is that I did finish the Topiary heart edge with a black marker. I just went around the edge of it so that way it matched the rest of my stamping. Otherwise it looked a little bit strange because it didn't have any kind of black outline. So I just literally put my marker around the edge of it, black marker around the edge, and it just made a nice little black finishing mark around. You also see there that I stamped the Just Saying Hello, which is from the same Hero Art stamp set with this Topiary. And I also clear heat embossed over it. That's just directly on my card base. It's also crooked, but you know what? Meh, c'est la vie. And yeah, my camera cut off, and I was completely mortified to realize this later, but you know what? The card was already done, so there we are. We can just call this one finished. And yes, the Topiary is popped up with that foam tape, so it gives it a nice dimension. And this is a fun, simple, easy card, honestly. I mean, you can mass produce this. I mean, super quickly. Wouldn't it be cute if you put some, you can put Christmas lights on it, or just, I mean, whatever you want to, birthday balloons behind it. You could make this part of a scene. Just such a versatile stamp set to be a little thing. So that's it. That's the Topiary card. Hello, Topiary card. Hey, thanks for watching. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate all of your support. If you wouldn't mind subscribing down at that red button below, that would be awesome, because I would really love to share with you more creative things. And until next time, friends, take care. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.